Just kind of sit here and hope it picks up everything. Pray to God, whatever. Okay, so first things first. Everyone introduce yourselves. We'll go from left to right, and then also just go ahead and state whatever instrument you play.
Okay, you can go.
Hi, my name is Alex. I play guitar.
My name is Ewan, and I sing and play the guitar as well, rhythm guitar.
My name is Nat or Natalia, and I play bass.
My name is Jeremiah. I'm on drums.
And my name is Raymond, and I play guitar.
And we are Deadheadpossum.
And then just tell me a little bit about how you guys all met. How did this band kind of begin? Where did you guys start?
You want the Lord drop?
Yeah, I want the Lord drop.
The Alex one?
The Alex was all because we started back in high school, so like these two, she's 2 years older than me, he's a year older than me, so I knew them from school, and I always just thought they were really cool, and like I knew that they were musically inclined and very talented, so I was like randomly, we weren't even that close, but I was just randomly like, hey, let's start a band, bro, and then like we just like started it, and then we had a few like different lineup changes and stuff, but we were eyeing Raymond for a long time because we always knew that he was really good, and then like Germ just popped into our lives like a beautiful little
flower.
yeah, so we've just been together ever since then.
Alright. And then what inspired the name Deadheadpossum? Where did that come from?
I don't even know that.
Honestly, I don't know. I just thought of it because I was watching Fantastic Mr. Fox, and then that little possum with the like squiggly eyes when he like snaps out of or like starts to
Crazy,
being weird. Yeah. So I just like put that.
Kind of switching gears a little bit. Starting out, what would you say were some of probably the biggest challenges for your band? So whether it was, I mean, obviously there's 5 of you, so coordinating schedules, maybe like getting yourselves out there. Like, what would you say was the hardest thing for you guys to kind of, I guess, overcome at the beginning?
I wouldn't say our schedules were too messed up. We're kind of always after 5 o'clock, 9 to 5 is usually the thing.
I think it's more on just moving forward. You always have to have something planned, and that can be pretty difficult sometimes.
Yeah, and like, just like when there's opportunity in your face, try to make the most out of it. Because everyone here is trying to do that.
Yeah.
If there's a popular person there, everyone's trying to talk to them. But I guess we just play our best and hope that they like it. And so far, that's done us all right.
And then I noticed on your guys' Instagram, you guys actually do some, I would say, community service through music, so fundraisers, stuff like that. Tell me about some of the ways that your band supports the community, and I guess what your overall mission is, like when you do stuff like that.
Honestly, I think just being in a band is not so much about like just playing music and like performing it or whatever. Like that's obviously like one of the biggest parts, but it's also just having a good message. People want to listen for a reason, and right now there's just a lot of fucking hate and like bigotry and I'm better than you and I'm not going to hear you out, very closed-minded thinking. And just our goal as a band is to kind of bring awareness to like all the stuff going on, and letting people know you're not alone. If you're feeling this way, or if you are this way, like you're not alone, like you're not less than,
It's what punk has always been.
Yeah.
It's not about putting yourself out there, it's about lifting everybody else up.
Obviously, we don't have as big of a music scene as other cities, like maybe New York or LA. Our music scene is pretty niche, it's pretty confined within like its own space. Do you guys find it harder to kind of get your work out there, like past El Paso? And if so, like how do you do so? How do you do that?
I feel like me and this guy talk on it because we just came off the tour, so it was like, it wasn't too hard. It's like, since it's so small here, you kind of know everybody. And it's like I wouldn't say it's a big part, but every time popular bands come, they always come here, Albuquerque, so it's close by, so I guess it's more like meeting those people.
Yeah.
It's
Just
pretty
making
easy to branch
connections,
out from
yeah.
that. But I would say, since it's small here, it's cool to build your name here to play with those bands, you know. Like a lot of the local bands who play with the popular bands.
Speaking of, other bands and stuff like that, who are some of maybe your musical influences? And if not music or other bands, what are some of the places that you guys maybe draw inspiration from?
I'm a big grunge guy, like 90s, Pearl Jam, that kind of stuff. What do you guys like?
He's gonna say Narrowhead, huh?
That's his favorite shirt ever.
For me, the big Midwest emo scene, Modern Baseball, Mom Jeans, Title Fight. I think all of us love those bands. I love that music because it's very personal to those people, and I want my music to be personal. And it's very hard to do that. But it's always just trying to get better,
For sure. And then speaking of songs that are maybe a little bit personal and stuff like that, what are some songs that you guys personally are really proud of, or that you feel represent your band really well?
I would have to say probably our song "Rainbows Aren't Meant to Be Crossed." That song is about like grief and loss, because I had just lost like two very close people. So every time I sing it, I would get like, oh, but it also just means a lot because we wrote it during a time when we weren't really like seeing each other as often. So like when we ever would play it, it just felt like all our emotions our stress from just everything, our whole lives. Just we put it into the performance of that song, and it's just very emotional for us, honestly.
Okay. And then through your music, what message I know you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but what message do you want to send to people, and maybe what's the statement that you're trying to make with your band?
Just that we shouldn't conform to some sort of normality, There shouldn't be a specific way that people have to live, because everybody's different. You go to different parts of the world, even different parts in those parts of the world have different communities and different peoples. And everybody, as long as they're not doing harm to anyone else, should be able to live their life happily and without fear of like being, stomped on by like a higher force or anything like that,
And then my very last question, before we get into some picks and stuff like that, do you guys have any new releases coming up that listeners should maybe look forward to or be on the lookout for? And then if so, where can they find those?
We got 2 songs.
Yeah.
One of them's called, I think it's called Joe.
Yeah.
The next one,
Decipher.
Decipher, which that's like my favorite song. It's like my thing about, I just joined this band, so I take our last drop and this one's here more to the heart because I actually added in. A lot of people tell me that I really like those new songs that I kind of changed the way we feel because I'm a whole different drummer than the last guy. So yeah, but these 2 songs are cool. On Spotify, everywhere. All the good stuff.
on the 20th, April 20th. Is it April right? Yeah, April 20th. That we're gonna drop it. So.
Yeah, I think honestly, like those 2 songs, I would say are like the best ones that we've done so far. I think so. I'm super excited for those to come out.
I agree.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Rainbows.